Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder Apollo Quiboloy may already be arrested and detained in the House of Representatives. This is according to House Committee on Legislative Franchises Vice Chairperson Representative Johnny Pimentel, who says the arrest order against Quiboloy took effect on Friday, March 15. House Secretary General Reginald Velasco earlier said, quote, "A pleasant experience in the Chamber's detention center awaits Quiboloy." The arrest order against Quiboloy follows the pastor's absence during a House of Representatives panel hearing on issues hounding the Sunshine Media Network International despite his lawyer's request for a short reprieve. Pimentel asserts that the House Committee on Legislative Franchises did not receive any feedback from Quiboloy's lawyer, Ferdinand Topacio, regarding his client's attendance at the hearing. The committee cited Quiboloy for contempt on Tuesday, March 12, after he refused to attend hearings on the alleged franchise violations of Sunshine Media Network International. The ownership of SMNI is being attributed to the pastor. However, Topacio asked lawmakers to grant a reprieve to his client until March 15, noting that he will try to convince Quiboloy to show up. Quiboloy's camp has not made a comment regarding Pimentel's remarks. Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Apollo Quiboloy is still not inclined to attend the Senate hearings on the allegations made against him. The Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations and Gender Equality is investigating the alleged human trafficking and sex abuse by Quiboloy and his organization, the Kingdom of Jesus Christ. According to Quiboloy's lawyer, Melanio Balayan, the pastor's appearance in the hearings would supposedly compromise his rights. Balayan also calls the Senate resolution that prompted the probe as incriminatory. Balayan says they already submitted their compliance and legal justifications in response to the Senate's show cause order against Quiboloy. On March 13, the upper chamber had issued a show cause order against Quiboloy for failing to attend the Senate's probe set on January 23, February 19, and March 5. Balayan says their camp will wait for the Senate's response to their appeal before taking further action. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources issued a cease and desist order against the controversial resort operating within the Chocolate Hills Protected Area in Bohol Province. DENR Undersecretary for Field Operations Juan Miguel Cuna says the cease and desist order was issued on March 14. This puts Captain's Peak Garden and Resort under the agency's close monitoring to make sure it won't open for business. A video of the Captain's Peak Garden and Resort went viral on social media and earned uproar among netizens as they questioned how the resort was able to do business in a protected area.
The Regional Executive Director of Region 7 and the Regional Director of EMB Region 7 issued a joint cease and desist order to the establishment to ensure that they're no longer operating. So that is where we are right now. And we are monitoring closely the Captain's Peak to ensure that they remain closed and not open for operations.
Meanwhile, Environment Secretary Antonio Yulo Loizaga says they are still studying the range of violations that Captain's Peak may have breached to determine if the resort can reopen after obtaining necessary permits.
We are not actually able to determine whether we can have them open again. We are reviewing the range of violations, because apart from not having an ECC, there are other possible violations, including the potential, for example, for the damage to the environment through the release of, say, wastewater and other types of solid waste management challenges, that are relating to this particular development.
The Environment Department says the resort lacked a discharge permit from the Environmental Management Bureau, a permit for being a hazardous waste generator, and a permit for operating a deep well. Loizaga also says that UNESCO's recognition of Chocolate Hills as an important geological site contributes to the discussion on whether it should be permitted to operate again. On queries about the possible demolition of Captain's Peak Garden and Resort should DENR determine that it can no longer continue its operations in the area, Cuna says this matter is also being studied. The DENR's cease and desist order against the resort comes 6 months after it issued a temporary closure order on September 6, 2023, and nearly 3 months after it issued a notice of violation on January 22. The DENR says Captain's Peak Garden and Resort was operating without the required environmental compliance certificate. The Office of the Ombudsman is dropping the suspension order it earlier issued against 23 National Food Authority officers reportedly linked to the alleged anomalous sale of rice buffer stocks. The Ombudsman earlier placed NFA Administrator Roderico Bioco and 139 NFA employees and officials under a 6-month preventive suspension so they could not influence the probe into the supposed unfavorable sale of rice buffer stocks to private retailers. In a radio interview, Ombudsman Samuel Martires explains that the 23 individuals' suspension was scrapped because their initial investigation showed the Department of Agriculture provided them with incorrect data. Some of the suspended officers previously pointed out that the suspension order includes the seized NFA employees. According to Martires, the list the DA provided is supposedly from the NFA. Martires then warns that they intend to get to the bottom of this matter. Meanwhile, more than 100 of the suspended NFA employees are asking the Ombudsman to reverse the decision. The suspended employees say their involvement in the sale of the rice buffer stocks was merely ministerial because they did not have discretionary powers to control operations within the rice agency. MRT3 and LRT2 operations will be suspended from Monday, Thursday, March 28 to Easter Sunday, March 31 for Holy Week maintenance activities. According to the Department of Transportation, the last MRT3 trips before the maintenance will be on March 27 at 9:30 p.m. from North Avenue Station and 10:09 p.m. from Taft Avenue Station. The first MRT3 trips on April 1 are scheduled for 4:30 a.m. from North Avenue Station and 5:05 a.m. from Taft Avenue Station. Meanwhile, LRT2 will also suspend its operations from Monday, Thursday to Easter Sunday. It will also have shortened operations on Holy Wednesday, March 27. The first LRT2 trips on March 27 will leave the Antipolo and Recto stations at 5 a.m. while the last train will leave at 7 p.m. Regular operations of the LRT2 will likewise resume on April 1.